Am I supposed to talk here? I don't think so. I don't feel like talking here. Do you feel like talking here? I don't know. Well, we got J-Dog from Bonga tonight here. We're not talking projects. We're talking markets. We're talking common sense. So come on over. Check us out. See what's going on. Just hang tight. We got about a minute to go. We'll get started. My God, what the hell? You guys thought I was just screwing around there. Watch this chick.
You have 500,000 pounds in your account, in your Coinbase account. So all we need is your card number to be able to give you that money, okay?
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Let me just pull over because I'm driving, all right?
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am, please. So just give me your card details and the 500,000 will be with you right now.
Yeah, okay. Let me just pull over. I'm driving a car. Hold on. Give me a sec. 1 second.
Hello, ma'am.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, ma'am.
I just had a car crash.
Oh, ma'am, can you give me your card details?
Sorry. I just had a car crash. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Just, can you reach your card?
No, I just had a car crash. I think I lost my legs.
Well, you're breathing and talking, so I'm sure you're gonna be fine, ma'am. So if you can give me your card details, I'll be able to help you, okay?
Ah, what a train wreck. Oh my God, I gotta get the right things going on here, man. I'm telling you. So how's it going this fine evening, Mr. John J-Dog from Bonga?
Hey, it's going great, Cats. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me tonight.
I'm fucking excited to have you here tonight, to be honest with you. We got a lot going on this last week or so, you think? You know? It's kind of interesting, to say the least.
Was it last week we had this show, or was it the week
A
before?
couple weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, because I remember we said we thought the market was going to go down, and here we are.
Yeah, I just sent Eduardo over a link for us, and so I'm having a good time with this, but let me fix my little camera here because I want to point down at me, not away from me. Speaking of which, I'm going to start out straight up with an acquaintance of mine, and we're going to go straight to this post that he put up here. Okay, I want to hide this. Now, Andy, everybody, if you guys know, hi Andy, or your friend Andy, he's made several bets, and he's done really well in crypto over the last several years. the bottom line is that he literally says Bitcoin bull run corrections in the past cycles before hitting all-time highs. 2013, 80%, 2017, 40%, 2021, 55%, and 2025, 29% so far, right? So far. And when we drop in here, right now, as I throw the chart up there real quick, and I talked about this, well, and I'll bring it up in a second here. Bitcoin, compared to this morning, of course, is now up 1.13% at 92,500. We'll just call it and leave it there. And it's been floating there. So you were telling me before we started that this is an exciting market.
Yes.
And I couldn't agree more. And this has been a great opportunity for me, not only in crypto, to get behind some things. For instance, people are screaming, "It's the end of the world! The sky is falling!" Salami.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We're looking at a normal crypto chart. It goes up, it goes down. This is completely normal. There's nothing out of the ordinary for the way the chart looks right now.
You
If
can
you zoom out and if you zoom out long term, yeah, sure, you can start calling things like the 50-day average, the 200-day moving average. But for the short term, everything is going this is normal. This is
watch
normal for
this.
crypto.
Watch this. This is my favorite. I did this the other day, right? This is 6 months back there, rough 6-7 months. So it's going to 6 months. So this is not the 25th yet, but we're pretty close. Okay. The price at the bottom of this wick is where we're at right now. 92.41. This is a 6-month chart. This is a 6-month chart. Looks like we've been moving fucking sideways. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, the government shut down. Obviously, you can see where the government shut down. That's when the liquidity was pulled out of the market. And Bitcoin, being a macroeconomic indicator, bellwether of that, had no choice but to go down. And now that the government's reopened, the liquidity should start pouring back in.
Yeah,
So
people are picking up.
I think we're okay. I think we're going to be all right.
I'm not sweating it. I really am not. And I keep telling people I'm not worried. I don't care about this craziness that these are talking about. I got a guy, and he's not here. Where's that? Okay, so I got two of me up here. Okay, I see. I was looking at my screen goofy for a minute. I got a guy that was bugging me about stocks, and they kept telling him to figure it out for himself. So what he does is that he doesn't do any research on this, right? He doesn't do any research at all, and I'm not picking on him. He looks for other people to give him stock tips, right? And when to buy this and when to do that and when this, when that, right? And he got overweight. For you, whether you that don't know what overweight means, it means you have too much of something. Okay, he got a little overweight on some of these Bitcoin stocks, or what do you want to call it? Some of these like BitDeer is one of them, and a couple of the other ones. And when Bitcoin went down, he started screaming, like, "Oh no, I'm down, $3,000." Hey, Eduardo, I sent you a link on your X account. If you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. You jump in anytime. There should be a link there in your X account, in your DMs. If you want to jump in, I'll hear it, we'll trigger it, and we'll have a conversation. This is what this is about. But my brain, even though I'm half asleep, didn't see the link. It's the bottom one. 147. I don't care about that. Let me go back and look here again real quick, because I've been having issues today with X. Has been really weird too, by the way, so no sweat there. There's that. What the hell is going on here with X? Let's see. If I find you again, I'll work it out. People, it is not letting me find anybody. I'll hit P-Coin or something here. P C. I'll send it there. I think I got the link here. Anyway, yeah, there it goes. Eduardo, I know it's there now because I just sent it there. It's in the Pcoin account now if you want to grab it. Because it wasn't letting me search it out. I see you're typing, so we're good. Just click the little image there. It'll bring you right in if you want to join us. But I don't particularly think that, people realize that these things have to bounce. From 125, we went to 100,000, right? 98,000, and right there was 20%. So what are these guys smoking? Here, we'll bring Eduardo up. Good evening, Eduardo. Good evening.
Good evening.
So what are your thoughts on the whole Bitcoin crypto market fiasco so far? Me and J-Dog are talking about it here.
Yeah, no, I was listening, and it's crypto. It's doing what crypto does, right? Like you said, these are actually some good opportunities for those who are really paying attention. So
yeah. I mean, you could have made some money, guys. And it's like Andy was saying. I mean, the corrections. He said a couple things today. Shout out to my friend Andy. Okay, but he said a couple things. That guy, and like the video that I put out, those short. People want to go to the moon. Michael Saylor said, right, but they don't want to pull the G's. Come on. I mean, I don't know. I'm looking forward for tomorrow morning.
People complain that, oh, I didn't get the chance to buy early, blah blah blah, and then they see these dips and it's like, oh my god, it's a sell-off. This is actual opportunity.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean, common sense, folks. Common sense. Let me kill off the chart here for a minute. We'll bring all three of us up here. So there we go. We're live like that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, J-Dog, Eduardo just went down south. Actually, he went to a different country, and he's a married man now. You guys,
I'm a married man now.
Yeah. So you got there you go. Go ahead.
Well,
J-Dog, you say something?
Congratulations, Eduardo.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
If I see a little distracted because I'm doing married stuff now. I'm actually folding clothes while I'm actually on the
All right.
You would have done that anyway, but yeah, wife's sick today. I know that.
I always fold my wife doesn't fold my clothes, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's upstairs, so I just sneaked out for a few while I do this, and then I'll go back to her.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm just excited about what we have in the morning here. Because I was talking about this morning, picking up some of these trades. Some days I do decent. This morning there wasn't much out there in the market to trade. When I got going about 8:30, 9:30, there was nothing going on. It was really hard to find something that was on the uptick that you could get in and get out with real fast. Bitcoin was looking kind of ugly. And Solana's looking kind of ugly. But the best part about this is the mining aspect of it. See, people aren't thinking. I'm DCAing the shit out of some stuff right now. Let me tell you.
Good for you, bro.
Oh no, man! Seriously, I'm bringing it. I like this. This is good. This is my favorite. I'm not bragging, but I'm excited to do this. And what I've noticed so we've talked about this. The title for the show is literally, crypto mining, crypto profits. So I want to talk about the mining part for a second here. And what am I doing? So this here, see here, this is going to be the right hash right now. Yes. So I'm averaging just about 330 terahashes per second over a 24-hour period. And it's nice and cold out there. And I invested in the three big boy miners that are pushing 3,000 watts a piece. They're sitting in a container in Iowa, so I don't have access to them, but I'm taking the bank. And since I started this, it started out kind of slow, and every day the rewards on this, it seems like there's a loyalty here, get bigger and bigger, which I can't complain. So, although technically this is not where the math that I worked out comes in and it's perfect, I'll still take this because I don't think it's going to matter next month or in a few months at all. And I'm still over here doing the CASPA thing where I take CASPA and I flip that over on non KYC for some Solana, and then I take the Solana and I send it out. And they don't like that when you do that non KYC. You guys are we don't endorse the fact that they don't like crypto miners. Just saying. So, Odo Richie, how you doing, buddy? Odo Richie. Hey, buddy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to be doing this and having a good time with it, and that's all that matters to me, man. It's just to have fun, and people got to think, how are we gonna have any kind of fun whatsoever in this? If you stop thinking about it as you're losing, but you haven't sold anything, then you're more ahead than anything. I mean, come on, man. Come on. A little logic goes a long way, man. Logic goes a long way. Anybody got to throw anything towards that idea?
Well, I'm still, I look up to you when it comes to the mining, all those things, but definitely, you gotta look for this type of opportunities, and and I'm glad that you're actually taking advantage of the market conditions and everything, and doing what you do best. How long you been doing mining again?
Oh God, it's 2021, something like that. Um, it really is a trip here. Sorry, guys, I got to stare into the light at the same time. Uh, it's kind of crazy here. Let's see what else I got here. I got some typing to do. We are live. Join us. There we go. And now I got to go like this, and then go like this, and yeah. So I don't know, J Dog. What do you got? What do you got for thoughts for today about the market? What do you got the thoughts about Bongo? What do you got thoughts about Pcoin? What do you got thoughts about anything for that matter? Throw it out there for me, would you?
Well, like we said with the mining, you can't go wrong if you keep on keeping on. And it's all about persistence through the resistance. And what's your level of stick to it? Can you stick to it? Can you keep it going? Those are all important features you need to be successful in crypto. Mining, the ups and downs, whether it's a bull market or a bear market. I don't think it's a bear market. If it was, we'd already be halfway through it. It's ridiculous to think that we're in an 18-year market cycle, and all of a sudden it's just gonna whimper out without any kind of fireworks. I mean that's just not logical. This is not what we signed up for, and whether we signed up for that or not, and we get it, it's just delayed. We're just delayed because of the socioeconomic, macroeconomic outlook,
Let's see.
and like a lot of people said, it's going to come in, the top's going to come in December, or it's going to push into next year. And that's what we're set up for. I mean, we're setting up for that now. So, if people wanted that to happen, this is the perfect storm for it to happen.
Well, J.P. Morgan and Jamie Dimon's a interesting person to say the least. Jamie Dimon said that we're going to have $170,000 Bitcoin in 2026. And that's the man that kept dogging on Ozadev. That's what it is. I see that. He's the one that was dogging on Bitcoin. Meanwhile, JP Morgan was buying it, right? That Jamie Dimon kept saying, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash, it's trash. And he's not the first one to say that. There was another video that they're going to play, but let me get to that one real quick. The full thing with Michael Saylor and what he was saying in that market, and we'll play this. I'll get some water if you guys want to get something to drink, and check this out.
Last time our next guest was on CNBC, he was expecting Bitcoin to be $150,000 by the end of the year. Want to find out if he's changed his tune since late October, given the recent move in the crypto space. You're looking at Bitcoin right now at $94,000, 632. Michael Saylor is here, strategy founder and executive chairman. Good morning to you. What do you think? 150 by the end of the year? What do you think's happening here?
You know, I think we all want to go to the moon, but if you want to ride the rocket, you got to be prepared to pull the G's. Over 5 years, Bitcoin's had like 6 brutal drawdowns. If you roll the clock back 13 months, we were sitting around 68,000. And then after the Trump election, we had this incredible rally from 68 to 106,000 in 5 weeks. If you go back 14 months, we were about 55,000. And so if you'd said we're going to go from 55,000 to 94,000 in 14 months, that would have exceeded any reasonable investor's expectations. Over 5 years, Bitcoin's up about 50% a year on average for the 5 years. Gold and S&P are studying the cost of capital at 14%. My company's strategy is up 71%, equivalent to NVIDIA. There's no other stock in the S&P that's done any better. So I think the volatility comes with the territory. If you're going to be a Bitcoin investor, you need a 4-year time horizon, and you need to be prepared to handle the volatility in this market.
So when you look at the price right now, and then we'll talk about the implications for strategy, but when you look at the price right now, what does the upside at this moment look like to you, and what does the downside in this moment look like to you?
You know, I feel like we put in a pretty strong base of support around here. There's an incredible amount of leverage coming out of the system, a lot of liquidation. A lot of the OG holders were selling at the $100,000 level, and so I'm fairly comfortable at this level. I would think that we'll build from this base and we'll rally from here. Obviously, it's hard to make a forecast for the end of the year right now, given what's happened over the past few weeks, and especially the shift in the macro environment. But, you know, as you know, my view is Bitcoin's going to outperform gold. It's going to outperform the S&P. It is digital capital. And so if you're a long-term investor, this is the place to be.
In terms of the way your fund is structured and the debt that you've taken out to effectively buy Bitcoin, what are the trigger points, just so people understand the full risks involved for you, in terms of some of these preferreds and other things, in terms of where Bitcoin needs to lie, either on the low end?
Well, I mean, it's pretty important to note that we're not even 1.15 times levered. We're very fractionally levered, and our debt that we have is 4.5 years out. So we don't really have any trigger points anytime soon. And if Bitcoin were to fall 80%, we're still over collateralized and we're fine. So our balance sheet's pretty stable. The company's strategy, just like an intelligent bank, would be to build amplification for the common stock using preferred equity. So the equity never comes due. It's a dividend payment declared by the board. It's not a coupon. We can't be in a default. There is no credit default situation from the digital credit that we're selling at this point.
I was curious if you could comment on something we heard from Cathie Wood last week. You know, she has a target, I think by 2030, she had it at $1.5 million a coin, and recently suggested it might actually be closer to a 1.2, which is still pretty remarkable unto itself. And yet, when she explained her new rationale, it was actually that stable coins, the sort of emergence of stable coins and the growth of those coins being used for transactions, she argued could ultimately crowd out some of the use case for Bitcoin. What did you think when she said that?
I think the entire digital assets economy is exploding and growing in a bunch of different dimensions. Right now, the way to think of it is that half of the economy is built around Bitcoin. It's digital capital. Bitcoin is digital gold. And the killer application on top of digital capital is digital credit. Instruments like Stretch, STRC, credit instruments that pay yield. And that's a very simple business. The other half of the economy is digital finance. And it's going to be built on the proof of stake networks that are emerging, the Ethereum Solanas, the BNBs. And the killer application for that part of the digital assets economy is tokenized currencies, a la stable coins, tokenized securities, tokenized real-world assets, tokenized brands, and DeFi in general. Well, that's a very complicated technical development, and I'm sure that stable coins are going to go from hundreds of billions to trillions of dollars, but it's not really competing with digital capital. No rich person wants to buy the currency instead of an equity or a real estate or a capital asset.
Michael, given where Bitcoin's trading right now, are you buying?
We are buying. We're buying quite a lot, actually, and we'll actually report our next buys on Monday morning. I think people will be pleasantly surprised. In fact, we've been accelerating our purchases.
Are you ever not buying, Michael?
No, we're always buying. Bitcoin's always a good investment.
But no, that's interesting, though, in terms of buying today at $95,364 versus buying 2 or 3 weeks ago. You're saying you were buying at both. What's, if you were to look over the last year, sort of at your average, do you weight the buying based on trading?
We now own nearly 3.1% of the network, and we bought it on a blended average about $74,000 a coin. The point that I would make for any investor is, if you have money you don't need for 4 years or longer, and if you don't trust anybody, you want no counterparties, you just want to own a piece of the global digital economy, you buy Bitcoin. It's the commodity. If you're an equity investor and you want to bet on digital credit and you want to bet on digital capital and you want some amplification, you buy an equity like MSTR. Right. If you have money for less than 4 years and you're an investor and your time frame is 12 weeks, you should buy the digital credit. For example, the credit instruments we've created have stripped the volatility off of Bitcoin. Bitcoin's vol is like 45 on a trailing 30-day average. We have instruments at 28, 21, 15, and stretches a vol of 8. So if what you want is like a serious yield, you want the credit. You don't want the equity or the commodity.
Man, that says a lot, doesn't it, J-Dog? You with me there?
Oh yeah, that's incredible. I'm with them. I'm with Michael Saylor. I believe I'm drinking the Kool-Aid right there with him.
You see, we at the 15-minute chart up here, and we've moved up since we've started, even from the very beginning. It's nice. I just leave it sit up here, let it run. I could break it down to a 1 minute, but I like this 15 one. It looks like a nice setup. And what these guys, a lot of people don't know, and I'm not the greatest at explaining charts, okay? But these long wicks, right? They're not always followed by more green candles. The long wicks are usually setups for red candles. Usually, if you're a chart reader. The shorter ones, like you're getting here, it's growing, it gets up to the top, it climbs up the mountain, if you will, and we top out here, and like I said, green follows red as I point over to it, right? And we get a little bottom, get another bottom, and at the bottom of this next one, we bounce. Usually, especially if this is a longer wick, sometimes they'll go longer than that, and then you'll have another 1 bounce, 2 bounce. And on a 15-minute chart, you're going to find, if I was looking to do something and I was trying to find an entry, guys, I would have looked at this one, I would have seen this one, and I would like, okay, here's my entry right here, 92,130. And then I would have, if I would have bought a whole Bitcoin, I would have been up, $400 easy. See, there's that next bounce we're getting ready. We may chart up on here in this next one. So that's that. Chris Klein says, hello, right? He's like to figure out when we're having these things. I just think he's a goon Talk about Michael Saylor. Here, throw it across there. He's a goon like other people in the office. At the point he meshes with them now, it's just good. This just seems too good, you know. You talk about the price, sir, Chris, or what? I mean, but he also added that it's rolling over for sure right now, from what I can see. Yeah. So
What's rolling over? Is that Bitcoin? Let's see.
yeah,
What's the price of Bitcoin right?
92,592. As we're
Okay, so
ticking.
earlier today it was 89.3, so it's coming back strong in my opinion.
Yeah, and we're just rolling with it. Oh, he's talking about Sailor in general being a liar. Tell he's lying just a little bit. Yeah, I believe he
I
embellishes
don't
it.
know. I don't know because I think the strategy worked. He achieved the appreciation of Nvidia, like he said. He acquired enough Bitcoin where the original holders um have he's made them pretty much made people. I mean, think about it. The stock 10x'd and then it split and then it now it's up like 1,000%, even though it's still like I mean, what the guy's done is incredible because he's bought enough Bitcoin where now the NAV is trading for less than what the holding of Bitcoin is. When the investor started out, when I started buying MicroStrategy, it was like one third the NAV. I was buying it at like one third. Now the NAV is a negative. So what he's done is he's actually, I don't know, perform miracles for the way he has brought Bitcoin to the masses, to the world, the way he's preached about it and made cryptocurrency come full circle. We have a lot to owe to this guy. He's our biggest evangelist, and the fact that he has more Bitcoin than anybody else, a
Hmm.
lot of people are going to be jealous about that. But the
Well,
fact of the matter is, it is what it is.
MicroStrategy closed today at 186.50, and what I call a deep discount. And I saw something earlier, which to me, in a sense, I can't get you the nav on this one. I know what you're talking about.
It's trading below the NAV. Yeah, it's trading below the NAV right now.
Right,
So you
right,
can buy Bitcoin at less than the price of a Bitcoin if you buy MicroStrategy.
right. Well, if you want to explain nav to some of these people, I get it. I know what nav is, but my explanation will fuck people up. Legitimately, it's a net asset value, I do believe, right?
Yeah, it's the total asset of all the things that the entity is holding. So if it was an ETF, it would be the total value of all the stocks they're holding. And
Yeah.
let's say you have an ETF for a certain industry, and they could be holding a basket of different assets that are worth $15 a share. Now they can be trading either above the $15, or they could be trading at the $15 or below. Typically, if they have like let's say a 1 or 2% fee,
Mm-hmm.
they would be trading 1 or 2% below the asset value to account for that. Um, but certain things like MicroStrategy, there is no fee that I know of.
Yeah.
And you're trading below the value of Bitcoin that they're holding. They believe in the theory of a Bitcoin bank where Bitcoin will be the ultimate asset, and there will be interest rates attributed to the Bitcoin, and just holding the Bitcoin will make them more money than holding fiat in relation to fiat.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of sense, that makes complete sense. That's why we're all here. That's why we're in cryptocurrency, and that's why we believe in it. Is because we believe that the finite resources are going to increase in value versus these infinite resources that just keep getting multiplied and printed.
Well, it says
So
here in the side note, and we're going to get to Chris's comments here. Hey, if you guys got an X account or whatever, share the stream if you're on YouTube out on your timeline. Bring your friends, of course. get them involved, because we don't want people missing any information that they might find useful. They might think, well, this is another talking head video live stream. It's really not. Because what I'm going to, this is the talking head part. It says here, MicroStrategy bought 8,178 Bitcoin for about 835.6 million, increasing its total to 649,870 Bitcoin, with the last purchase at an average of $102,171. So thank you, Chris. If you're on X, hey, I shared it out on my Publish Miner account over on X too as well. So that's a lot of fucking Bitcoin, to be honest with you. But let me do this here and throw this up here. So Chris had a question for us. It says, okay, do you like BlackRock then? He wanted to know. Institutions are fucking up crypto. It's not supposed to be this way. Not from what I was told, at least many moons ago, many moons ago at least. Either way, I don't give a shit what BlackRock does. They are not the be all, the end all, in my opinion. I think that they are manipulating things a little bit more than they probably should be. Because they have money, they can take that edge or that slight advantage. That's my opinion. J-Dog, what do you think?
I don't like BlackRock. I don't think we should support them. I think they collude with the elites to rig the markets. For example, all the inflows are recently have been buying Bitcoin and buying Ethereum, but for some strange reason, there's outflows in BlackRock. So we can't trust them. There's no way we could trust these guys. And he's right. But it is what it is, and we have to go. We have to go with it. So we have to just adapt our strategy to live with these guys.
Exactly. I like this. He also says, "Kiss peer-to-peer goodbye." It's almost like going. It's going to be pointless soon. It seems, with all this control they're trying to pull. Well, it is what it is. I'm not gonna look. People have been playing this a long time, and outside of this country, they've been able to trade Bitcoin, Ethereum that we've got up on the chart right now, and even Ethereum's up 22 something to 0.75%. These are not standard. These are small blips on the radar, in my opinion, the way that crypto is. I'm looking at gold and silver here. That's insane. Oil is actually, compared to what I've seen in the last few years, pretty cheap, but gas prices aren't coming down at the pump. So that's a whole different story there, and it's all but its own. But hey, what are you gonna do, right? What else do we got here? He's saying, he's talking about, he thinks it's crazy how the banks are getting involved. This is something I wanted to talk about, because starting in April, and I did the video of the short the other day. I love this one. If I can find it, let me do this. I love this. Don't take this as an insult at all. If I can find what I'm looking for, I will put this in here. No, it's not it. That's not it. Let me see if I can find this. This is hilarious. Video end, disrupt. No. Nope, it's not on this one. I guarantee it's not on this one. Is it on this? I'm looking at this. No, it's not on it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found it. Did I find it? No. Nah, I ain't worried about it. Anyway. But the point is, I had the president of Ecuador on there, where I had him calling people pussies because they were still buying and they weren't being paper handed. So you were going to say something?
Yeah. What's happening is you guys have to take into account that you have all these platforms that offer leverage trading, and they're effectively taking liquidity out of the market. They're sucking up the liquidity that exists. Anything that's there, they're coming in and scalping it. At the same time, the government shut down and all liquidity is taken out of the market. So you have like all these factors working against the price of crypto going up. Um, and you guys have to take that into account that that's actually happening. I mean, you have Wall Street throwing money at this. They're making tons of money with Hyperliquid, with Aster, with all these firms that offer leverage trading. And over time, what they're doing is they're fighting with each other for the business. And it's going to have the effect of lowering the volatility, lowering than what we're used to in crypto. The volatility, it's going to over time be normalized. It's going to get less and less because these guys are just going to go to war, that's going to have the effect of constantly draining the liquidity out of the market.
They do it all the time on a daily basis. Actually, every 5 seconds. Seriously, that's what I do every. That's what I do every morning. I drain the living crap out of everything. I go in there and I make, seriously, this is dumb. If I can get something that I can afford, I go in there, I buy and this is traditional finance or TradFi, guys. I buy 1,000 shares. It's X price. I wait for a 4 to 10 cent move and I run away. Why? Because I'm taking the money that I need for that particular one and I'm capitalizing in it. Then I'm moving into the next one, taking that money and I'm compounding it. That's what these guys want to do, and they're going to beat on it. But what's going to be happening is, since we only have 19 million Bitcoin, and we'll talk about something that's related to that in a second, as it just dawned on me. Since we only have 19 million Bitcoin, okay, that's not as easy to, how do you put this? It's not as easy to suck out a ton of liquidity out all at once unless you've got a bunch already bought up. They'll eventually, some of these people are going to get squoze out. That's why this price over the course of the next 10 years could very well go up further. People talking about the $1 million Bitcoin. And that's why I'm over there mining Bitcoin, even, at this point in time right now, because it'd be stupid not to. Just to add to what I've got, to add to what I have and what I need to be doing. For me, it's not about. It's not. He's like he's done. If you can do any of that and you can get into some of these miners, asicplug.com. If you want to get a Bitcoin miner, a home Bitcoin miner, they have the little Avalon Nano 3Ss. Spend $300. You get 6 terahash. You can bang it out, put it on unminable. You get payouts a lot faster. But you'll have Bitcoin that this machine just kept going and going and going, right? That's my recommendation. And yes, Pellish is the discount code. You'll save a whole 1%, but it's better than nothing. I'll tell you that right now. So, and I have fun with, playing with those toys until you get to the big ones. The big ones are expensive. That's something else I got to look at that I've got to upgrade here. I got to find a move from the S19s to the S21s because I need more hash rate. I need to be more efficient with what I'm doing. So the S19s, if you're looking at that too, I go back into mining again. I'm getting squoze out because the hash rate is not enough, right? It's that was towards the end of last cycle. Those S19s came out, S17, S19s, and now we're like S21s and S23s for you guys that know what I'm talking about. We're talking about big boy ASICs, Bitcoin miners. We're talking 3,600 watts, 3,400 watts. And if you're running 3 of them and you're doing it 110 terahash roughly on at least 2 of them, you're okay. Because I got my minimum roughly runs, I should run at about 321 terahash, but I've been averaging 330, guys. That gives you an idea. So if you're looking to do something, a big thing, I I go to Iowa Mining, tell him I sent you. But he's not going to sell you an ASIC. You have to go out and find that yourself. And you can find them on eBay. But what I'm saying is that my point is that my goal is to get to a whole Bitcoin and leave it there. So that's just where it's at. So what else has Chris got up here? It says the man. Okay. He said he's got a couple of them in here. I want to look at this one. Okay, talk about this man and institutions control the media, which also controls the market, how we spend and save. They know when to pump it and when to dump it and when to scoop up all the liquidity. I don't disagree. What we got, J-Dog? What do you think?
Yeah, that's a function of how it works. That's just the whole market's manipulated 100%.
Oh, it's been like that for a long time. I will look and see here. What do we got? Chris, send me a message. So I'm looking at Doge miners, by the way. Mining has been a dream and passion of mine since I started this crypto journey. Yeah. Alpha Pex. If you want to do something with Gold Shell, I can get you a link. You might save an hour or two. But Doge miners are really good right now. You were talking about my friend Andy. He was in there. He was talking about how he was doing $30 a day in Dogecoin and Litecoin because you can, like this. It's multi-coin mining in a sense because they're my terms are not dead nuts on, but when you mine Dogecoin, you're also mining Litecoin, so you're dual mining something, and there are other ones that go with it, like Bell's Coin, which is really cool too, and some other things like that. So you have the opportunity to bring up more money for yourself. I personally have this Alpha Pex going, and it's over on DX Pool. Let me show you guys if I can bring this bad boy up real quick.
Did you say $30 a day? Which type of miner can mine $30 a day of Dogecoin?
Well, since we're up here and Andy's got his stuff going on, where's he at? It is a Bitmain miner L9. Where you got, Andy? Where you at? He just said something not too long ago. I don't care about Barstool. Where are we at? I actually want the Litecoin more than anything. Yeah, but you get both of them. Chris, you get both of them. Yeah, he's got multiple miners out there. I can't find where he was at with this. See if this is one. This guy anything in here. 46K. No. Anyways, I saw it earlier, but yeah, he's got several of these. That's not it. There we go. We have 50 people joined us so far. That's awesome sauce. Let me go in here at DX Pool. Let's see here. Yeah, guys. Hey, if you guys can, go over to Pellish Miner on YouTube and subscribe. All right. So right now, what I got here, and I just made the deposits, so I need to turn these off. Withdraw records. The last one I did, it's the 24.99 Dogecoin that got deposited tonight. Is primarily from this new Alpha Pex that I've got. And this is a home miner that runs on 120 or 110, 120. And it does, you see it right there, about 2 gigahash. I think it was 640 watts. Makes a great space heater, number one. But yeah, it bangs it out. And as we sit here now, since the deposit's been confirmed about an hour ago, yeah, 7 Doge a day. Yeah, for me. But he's doing like $30 a day in Dogecoin because he's got the Bitmain Antminers, the big ones. And they're banging it out for him. It cost him roughly $200 a month in power for each one of them. He's got 3 of them running. So for the entire month, $200. So per machine. But I'm banging this out right here. I'm real happy with the way things are going for me with that. And that's where it's at. But yeah, let's see here. Asher, we were asking about that hashrate.no is another one. Hosting, coin calculator. Let's see here. Mining ASICs. And see all coins. No, we don't want that. Dogecoin. There's the Hydro, Volk Miner. There's the AlphaPex DG2, the L9. Okay. So he's got, look at this highest profit, highest revenue, the L9s right there. We'll go with this side here. Script mining, merge mining is what he's talking about. And that's exactly the term I was looking for. So his revenue is running here. And this is based on 10 cents a kilowatt hour for you guys that don't know. He merge mines them at 16 gigahash per. There's your efficiency. The Wige is 3360, right? Per kilowatt hour, he's making like 1 Doge per. His revenue is 1131 right there. Profit 325. So it's up and down. It kind of gives you an idea where you're at with this. But yeah, he's banging it out. But it goes. That's the merge mining right there between Pepe, Doge, and Bells. That's the 3 of them. If you mine, there's a bonk coin over there too. Proof of work. That's a loss. Bells by itself is a loss. Pepe by a loss. But you get these extra ones in there, and I kind of like that. The one that I have, no, that's the DG Mini. There, right there. Right now, as it stands, because Dogecoin is down, and these are 10 cents a kilowatt hour, I have it a little lower. Technically, today, according to hashrate.no, I am losing 9 cents per day, according to that. But I'll tell you what, 620 watts. It's nothing. I love this thing, and I've been able to have it on straight for couple of different days. If we go over here and look at ASICs again and say we wanted Bitcoin, not Bitcoin Cash. Right now, see there's the S23s, S21 XP Hydros. We don't want the Hydros. S23 regular one. There we go. Pronto Cannon. I love this cannon. I want one so bad. The AX-teen XPs. They're doing banging profits. Now this is where I gotta go. The Antminer S21 XP, it gets you about $2 a day, $1.65 at 10 cents a kilowatt hour. I'm at 9. That's where that goes. But I have to go. There's the pros, about 57 cents a day, according to that. On the other hand, pluses are negative. Let's keep rolling. Let's see here. XPs. S9. The S9s are losing money. So right now, where they're killing us, we'll call it. They're killing us on the Antminer, and the Antminers at 10 cents a kilowatt hour. You're losing $2 a day. But I would rather lose $2 a day at this price than anything else. And $1.84, $1.97. You're losing $2 a day. And the regular, that's immersion ones, I don't care. The T21s, I don't care. Most of these miners are negative. Most of them. Canon Avalon Nano Q, the Mini 3. But the plus there, until you can Avalon Nano 3, that's the small home miner where I've been talking about. You lose 18 cents a day, but it costs nothing in power to run the 3S. You're losing 10 cents. Here's one that looks like a GPU, a Magic Miner. That's kind of one of those deals. They even put the Jingle miners in there. They're called Solo Lite and Solo Pro. Those are losing on the. Let's see here. Where am I looking for here? Yeah. So you'd have to have to get anywhere, you'd have to have the Flu Miner T3 Micro BT from Whatsmeyer's M60S Plus Plus, the Amp Miner S21 Pro. That's where you're positive, and so on. The XPs are positive to almost $2. This is all the stuff that people don't think about, and these right here are not dead nuts accurate either. Just want to say that, so guys, think about that for a minute. If you're looking at that, but he was looking at Dogecoin. There are others out here. Pick a coin if we could find one. I wouldn't do Ethereum Classic. Dash was it Digibyte was the one? Yeah, Digibyte shot 256. These are all the Amp Miner ones that are going in there. I wonder something now. I'm going to scroll down here and try to find me an S19. They're losing money there. S21. Let's see. XP. Yeah. Even these are losing $2 a day. Almost $2.50 a day. So it kind of gives you an idea,
That's not good now. If you're losing $2 a day plus the crypto you're mining falls in price, then you're compounding your losses, not compounding your gains.
With that said, if you're not selling it, you're not losing it. But you are having to pay for it. But yeah, it comes out the same way. If you're just holding it, it ain't going anywhere. So if you're looking for a price appreciation, that's a different horse with a different color. What do you want to look at tonight? Because I looked at, speaking of Bitcoin, I looked at this one was up and down. Bit Farms is one I've talked about in the past. They had a little run here late in the day. They had one good one this morning. They were looking after hours. I think it was like 280 or something like that.
What caught my eye today was Giga. Why was Giga up so much today? Everything's down and Giga was up. What's going on there?
The hosting company?
No, Giga, the meme.
It says Giga the stock.
No, on Solana.
Giga Soul. Let me see what I can find here. Giga Soul, Tether USDC, Polynex. Giga Chad, right?
Yep.
I don't get this either. Here's the price, guys, down there. 1,200.
You don't get it on TradingView. Okay.
Yeah, you don't get a chart, but you get the price in the corner. 1 cent, a cent and a half. It's crazy. Let's see. We say I get both. Okay, I'm glad that I get both you, but more personally, that cool. You can get bells out of it. You can get multiples out of it. 3 currencies for 1 miner. Awesome. Yeah, it works. Dash would be amazing to mine as well. Yes, it is. Been a fan of that currency for a while. Can you mine Floki? Unmineable.com. I think Floki's on there. I don't know. I haven't tried. Speaking of which, I'm not going to look at that right now. Let's see here. Apple, gold, silver. Yeah, we'll throw some silver up there. Why not? Silver's now at 51. It was at 50 something when we started. Yeah.
Wow.
I got a question for you. Do you think that they went to Fort Knox and didn't tell us and did their audit?
I don't know. I think somebody knows the story, but we're not going to know the story.
Chris Klein, thank you guys for being patient with me. Sorry for the attitude earlier about Sailor and institutions. I needed an attitude adjustment. Don't worry about it. Yeah, this is silver's up 65% for the year. Year to date, it's almost 80%.
I'm actually surprised at the strength of silver. Usually you'd expect it to make a jump to 50 and then come right back down. But
Yeah.
it's holding there. So I think we might have some legs here.
Yeah, and I think that's why I asked about that, because they made silver a strategic, a strategic, part of the strategic reserve, which is kind of crazy in itself. What the fuck has he got back there? A cat tower? Joker jumps in here with a cat tower behind us. Where's the cats? He's got no fucking cats. We gotta get Joker a headset, man. We gotta get him like something, because I'm staring, and not to mention, shit, he got a freaking cat tower behind him. He said he was like an hour from the house. I don't know. This is kind of tough, man. This is tough. Gold, I get gold's been to 4,100, but gold's down now. So if we bring that up there, we're gonna grab this real quick. Gold's up, and that's that. And Joker, of course, he's so busy. He's got to going into Sydney here. What is it, a week now? I'll let you talk.
Good morning, good evening, fam. I have returned.
With the fucking cat tower next to you.
Yeah, well, this is Stormy's tower and Peppy, Patchy, and Fluffy. So
you're not a frog today. You're a cat.
A cat. Yes, I am.
Good. Good.
I'm just posting something there on the media's group on the new garden beds I've delivered today.
It's about garden beds. We're back to the garden beds. There's nothing wrong with the garden beds. See what else we
I
got
went for
here.
a quick trip. It's about 3 hours one way.
There you go.
So 6-hour round trip.
There you go.
I left this morning, and I still managed to make it here in time. I just arrived about 10-15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've got my
it does look better than it did
the merch, right?
Yeah.
For the crypto summit on the weekend, for the big event. So I'm extremely excited about that.
Am I seeing this right there, J-Dog? Am I seeing strength in that 15-minute chart early this morning?
Is this for Bitcoin? Is it right?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Good
look
morning,
at this. Look at this wick.
Away,
Do you see this wick? The bottom of this wick here? Right?
Bro,
am I seeing I seeing strength in that? Is this what I'm seeing here? Because this is
the thing. If you look, if you go to weekly chart,
no, look at this. It looks like it starts to float in, and like it goes into the ugly cup. And when it's
that's artificial dumping. It wants to go up. It wants to go up. It's gonna go up. It's just they're trying to pull some shit right now.
They're trying to keep it low as possible towards the end of the year, by the looks of it. And as you can see, the market, look at it. It's still going up.
That's a 2-minute chart. Yeah, they try to tag it. Yeah, I see what the fuck they're doing. Here's my entry. Right? One right there. Matching candles. And then we play the little bumpy road, and then we get a red one, and that's my entry, right there. That would wait 1, 2, 3. That's my exit. That's that lick in the end. Well, it's called Cats of Crypto. Yes, it is. Floki. It's called CatsOfCryptoTV. Yes, it is. So I think we might see 93 in the morning. Just gonna ask the time frame. Yeah, it's a 2-minute. It's a 3-minute chart. I see entries all in this. I'm looking at this right now. This is insane.
Now listen, what the bulls need to see is the month close at 101,000. Now, how many days are left? About 10 or 9 days in the month, right?
We
We
got
only have we have to go up less than 1% a day. And we're gonna have it's gonna turn the most bearish possible scenario into something that looks completely different, and it's going to be very bullish.
10 days.
And we
10
had
days.
that's what we have 10 days. If we don't make that, then okay, it's throw in the towel. We're in a bear market. But if we do, if we can close above 101,000 in the next 10 days, it's going to show the scenario that everybody was hoping for is probably going to play out, and that is going to be an end of the year rally.
I'm thinking we're going to see more in 2026 than we are right now.
Sure,
But
that's
listen,
another possibility. It could just drag on and lead into 2026. Everybody was expecting some great fireworks and didn't happen. So don't expect a big sell-off. That's probably not going to happen either.
Chris was
I
telling
won't
me
be
here, he
staying
says, check
long
out the
for
15
long,
minute.
guys.
It's
I'm
trying to
just letting
punch
you
through
know.
resistance, but having a hard time. Yeah, I know. You can look at the 3 minute, you can look at the 15 minute. All I see is entries. You're right. You're right. It's not, this is not, Michael Saylor said it earlier, right? It's, if you go over 5 years, come on. 12 months. We'll do 12 months. Look at, that's a 12-month chart. You want to get crazy. Okay. There's a 6 month. You want to get crazy there. According to this, I know another way to look at it. 6 months. There's a 3 month right there.
Look
This
at
is ugly. This
the
is
weekly
ugly.
chart, bro.
Huh?
Weekly chart. It looks bullish as hell.
3 months. Oh, that's 1 month. And there's your weekly. No, it doesn't. That looks like shit. If you're a trader, that looks like shit. But you're at the bottom. You're at the bottom of this candle at this point, and it's oversold. It was even stated earlier that it was oversold.
Yeah.
It's headed. It's already in oversold territory from what these people are saying. So it goes right back to what J Dog was saying a little while ago. See, I'm gonna go down to the 1 minute here. I don't want a 1 second chart, but here's a 1 minute for this evening. This is insane. 1 second chart if you're really crazy. So it plays this game. There's a little cup, and then we can't make the handle, so we go here, and then we start over again. That's a 1 minute. It won't let me do anything else. I like 15. 15 looks better. I'm saying. You look at 15, you see it. Yeah, Eduardo says he sees it happening in 2026 too. I think there's too many things. There's too many things propelling it into 2026. So, all right, I'm sorry to interrupt you a couple times there, Joker. So you were saying, what did you want to look at? What are you talking?
No, that's all right. I was gonna say I'm gonna have to leave early because I need to go and pick up my son from school.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to play something here for today. Again, I got another little video. I'm not doing advertisements today, folks.
No, that's fine.
I'm not doing advertising. So this is from today here, another CNBC thing, but it talks about the crypto market as a whole. And it kind of covers some of the stuff that we were talking about. But I'm going to play this and throw out the trash.
Today, Bitcoin battles to hold the $90,000 mark, and Owen Lau of Clear Street discusses what's next for bullish after the crypto platform reported better than expected revenue in the third quarter. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos. Digital currencies in the red across the board this morning as uncertainty continues to hamper crypto markets. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin sank nearly 4% under the $90,000 mark, at one point hitting as low as $89,393. Meanwhile, Ether dropped nearly 6.5%, dipping below $3,000 And Solana, it fell more than 5.5% and was trading at $133.28. Okay, let's talk about the top stories. Crypto exchange Kraken is making its long-awaited move to go public. The company just announced that it submitted a confidential filing with the SEC for an initial public offering. Kraken says it has yet to determine how many shares it plans to offer or at what price range. This is just the latest crypto company with plans to go public under a friendlier regulatory environment. Last week, Grayscale Investments, the company famous for the Bitcoin Trust turned ETF, GBTC, also filed an S1 with the Commission. Some companies that have gone public this year include crypto exchange Bullish and stablecoin issuer Circle. Kraken was sued under previous SEC leadership, accused of operating as an unregistered securities exchange, but that case was formally dropped back in March. All right, let's talk about Bullish for our main story. The company reported third quarter earnings this morning, including revenue that beat expectations and $18.5 million in net income compared to a net loss a year ago. Bullish CEO Tom Farley was on Squawk on the Street this morning to talk about the quarter, and here's what he had to say.
We actually own around about 24,000, 25,000 Bitcoin, so we're just down a lot of dough, and we're very consistent with our investors. We're not a hedge fund. We don't make trades. We have this pile of 25,000 Bitcoin, and we have for many, many years. But on the other hand, when markets are volatile, as you know, that's when people like to interact and exchange risk on an exchange. So we have very robust volumes, especially here in November, towards the latter half of October, November, really the highest we've seen in over a year.
I spoke with Owen Lau, Managing Director and Senior Analyst at Clear Street. The firm has a buy rating on shares of Bullish with a price target of $57. Lau joined me from the Clear Street Disruptive Tech Summit in Palm Beach, Florida, to discuss the company's quarter and what could be ahead for the stock. So Clear Street initiated coverage of Bullish back in October with a hold rating, then upgraded that to buy earlier this month, while also lowering your price target at the same time. Now we've gotten earnings from the company in Q3, which showed a surge in revenue. Give me your reaction to this quarter and how Clear Street is thinking about this stock right now.
So first of all, thank you for having me. I think the stock overreacted today. I heard some comments that the guy in terms of the SS&O in the fourth quarter, you look at the midpoint, it was flat from the third quarter. Some people talk about, hey, the number should have been much higher. And then the second thing is the crypto market as a whole, it's a little bit under pressure over the past 2 months or so. But all in, I still feel like this is an overreaction. It could become a good buying opportunity.
Now, to your point, the stock is down about 7% this morning as we're speaking. Where do you think that pressure is coming from? This outsized reaction to the print, or is it just this wider crypto sell-off that we're looking at?
I think it's both. So first, if you look at the crypto prices, it's down a little bit. And it's a continuation of what we have seen over the past 2 months or so. And then going back to your point about the print, this is like one of the things people focus on. It's the SS&O or the credit service revenue. Again, it's flat from 3Q to 4Q. But I do think this is an overreaction. And if you look at longer term going to the first quarter, assuming everything else stay the same, I do believe that line item could become much better. And in fact, going into the fourth quarter, not even in 2026, we do believe it could be another record quarter for Bullish in 4Q25.
Now, in terms of risks to the stock, I'm wondering if the rise of some of these alternative crypto investments like ETFs,
I really don't give a shit for
DApps
this.
are a
This guy's,
long-term
I watched
risk
a little
for
bit
Bullish
earlier
as it
of
tries to
it,
garner
but to be honest with you
institutional
guys,
adoption. Do these present any?
I don't want to hear about stocks. Okay.
Okay.
I get it. I get it. I got the miner up here, by the way, one of those solo miners that's on public pool. He's giving good, valuable advice or knowledge, and it's useful. But what I'm seeing here is that I didn't get a chance to watch all the way through. The very beginning sounded like it was me worth my time, and they're just babbling about stocks. I want to hear more about crypto as a whole. That's not gonna work for us, at least not for me anyway. Let's see here. I'd rather have this here. It said Chris Klein says he thinks we're going to crawl to 92,950. I'll bring that up and see we're right back here again for Bitcoin. There we go. 92,950, and then a small sweep of 91.5, possibly lower to 95.75. Then we bounce or continue up from there to 94.4, and hopefully they punch through. What do you think?
Yeah, I see. And what I see is the altcoin season starting to kick off. It looks like it's starting to trying to bounce. There a lot of false starts, a lot of ones that are started. Seems like, um, and I think we're gonna get a continuation of that.
Eduardo's got something to throw in there. Yeah, with macro, Trump and jobs and all this BS, the volatility will continue through the end of the year. He's saying it has to be 2026. That's what he's going to see. I like. Look, I think that we can do $150,000 in Bitcoin. I think that's going to help us all. Okay, it's definitely going to help my pockets, right? As far as what I'm trying to do and what I'm attempting to do. With the miner, but I have to get a new miner. I have to get a different one and get rid of one or two of these S19s and throw that S21 in there. Nothing against the S19s. I bought them used, so that's the best part about it. I want to be able to be efficient when I'm doing something, and we're not. And with where we're at right now, my full stop for mining is 80K. That's where we're losing too much, and it doesn't justify me running them anything below 80K. I almost thought we were going to get 80K. Instead, we got 87 or 88, and I was happy about that. I was real happy that we didn't go any lower. We tested some stuff, and you said it earlier. It's about the fear factor. These guys that shut down had a bunch of BS tied to it. People didn't want to put their money in risky investments. They weren't doing it. It just wasn't happening.
Yeah.
And these guys have no sense in a lot of what's going on here. Let's see what this is. Okay, yeah.
Do you think that's the benchmark for home mining profitability, 80K? Because they say it's 55K for the professional miners.
Well, but this is on a farm. It's not in my house, and it's a large farm. But for me,
Okay.
80K is my cutoff point. 50K is where that if you're getting like 2-cent power, you're per kilowatt hour, you're raking it in. You're killing it. Honestly, you're just killing it. But I'm not. For me, 80K is where I'd shut off. Or I'd shut off, have them ship the miners back, and I would figure out something else or regroup or whatever the case may be. I'm doing this right now, and I know that I had some Bitcoin from before they started this. Obviously, when I go back in here and grab this up, we're gonna go here again because I had over here Bitcoin account. Now we're at 003, which is really nice actually. 003. I will hit. I had let's see, count balance 0. Yeah, so this was the original one, but this is where I'm at. I was at 025, I think it was, or 024. So I already had some in there. So I'm going to be able to get this out and do what I need to do to pay for the bill for the first of the month. And I mean, I got some liquidation coming as far as, some of the stuff that I want to do at the end of the year, beginning of the year, so that I can fund this a little better. But I think that honestly, it's one of these situations where I want to assume the risk. Now I'm going to talk about risk for a second because there's several different. I love it when it's doing this shit. 3.5. The risk there are several different types of pool mining. They're out there. PPS plus, FPPS plus, PPLNS. When I say PPLNS, you assume the risk when you're mining. So if you're mining PPLNS, you would then, if they hit a block, for instance, the pool hits a block, then you get a portion of the block and so on. With the other ones, the pool assumes the risk, not you. So they pay per share. That's what PPS and either one of those is. So it's slightly safer if you're looking for risk versus reward. And when I go looking at things like, I'll show you here because it's not up here. When I look at things, there we go. I love having 3 screens. So that was I was talking about 300, almost 350 right there. When I see things and I get a steady incline every time I go up, right? I think that last number slightly, yeah. So a couple more. They go up and down. I like this. If this was at 100K, you wouldn't hear me say a word about any of it. This is truly a real experiment for me. Am I going to bust out the credit card every month to do this? For this, no. I can't justify doing this too super long if it's not going to go forward to where I can afford to do it the way I want to do it. I may have to drop down to like 1 miner or something like that and just let it run. But I need efficiency. And what I've got right here with the 3 that I've got running, these are the ones we're talking about, these pros, these S19 pros. It's just, it's nice to have. It's just not efficient enough to where I'm coming out ahead. When I go back and use my little Gemini deal here, Crypto Myers falling off clip. Yeah, that was for a video the other day. That was cool. Antminer blocks, PPLS. When I did the estimates and we used AI for a calculator, it was telling me my gross revenue at the time, which was $109,000, was $26.44, with the electric cost per day $21.15, and the profit was $5.29. So that gave me for all 3 miners. Now, if I ask it, see, it's got the one S19J and the 2 S19 Pros, right? 104 and 110 terahash. It literally told me. I said, okay, that's good. But the current market, yeah, I'm losing it. I'm losing where I'm at, and it's not profitable per se. But if we get the blip on the radar, that makes up the difference. It's like holding an options contract. You're holding a call for January 2027. You know, in your heart of hearts, and you don't trade anything. You're not in love with anything, by the way, guys. That this thing's going to move. A great example of that. And everybody talks about this shit too. There we go. Big Bear AI, government contracts, all that craziness. When I go all the way back here, it's out here 731. I keep going back at 922. So we're back there before the big correction, before we went into the shutdown. So this is where we're there at now. They blew out they blew profits like crazy. They blew them out of the water. So it was great. So we're sitting here 619. We play this little game. I buy contracts that far out, and I got a nice share of them. So I'm waiting because I'll sit in the wings and wait every day. It doesn't bother me to sit in the wings and wait every day. It just doesn't. There's no logic to sitting there and not waiting, because something like this will move. I know it's going to move. The AI train in the AI bubble hasn't popped yet. But the crazy part is they got all these chips they're making, but a lot of people can't even use the chips. So what I'm getting at is sooner or later, they're going to figure out how to get the chips to work in some of these miners or cloud mining and being able to put together. And we're going to see some shit happen in crypto that you've never even thought of. That's my 2 cents. You agree or no, John?
I agree with you, Cats. It's always getting we're always advancing. Someone's gonna figure out how to do it sooner or later.
Yeah. I don't know what we got, like an hour and a half in. I know I'm doing a lot of talking. What do you got? Any thoughts about anything? Anything you want to look at real quick? Because we're not doing like the RSI and all that shit today. Oh look.
What's up with SPX 6900? Let's pull that up.
Let's see if I can find it. Let's see here. SPX 6900, right?
Yep.
There it is. Let's see if this is where we need to be. I think this is where we need to be. Yeah, this is it.
They have the strongest community in all of crypto, apparently. So let's see, what does their chart say?
58 cents are up almost 1%.
That's great.
Murad explores his meme coin. What does it say? Thesis and support for SPX 6900. Let's see. This is a 15-minute. Where do you want to go?
4 hour usually tells you.
That went to shit fast, didn't it?
That looks like a strong recovery at the bottom there.
Yeah, it does. I don't disagree. We're here, sideways. Boom. Yeah.
It went from $1.60 right down to 50 cents, and now we're gonna go back up.
This is 73 top wick. 76. Red wick.
Wow.
It topped out, 75, 76 across the board. I could draw this out and we back it up here.
We at Bonga we entered a pair with these guys. We just couldn't take losing anymore. And we're just sick of losing, so we entered in a pair with them.
I wonder if that'll come up. You made a good point. No, it won't let me do it. No, it won't let me do it. Doesn't know how to do it. Let me try to see something here. Maybe it'll find it this way. I've never tried to put it as for a contract address. I'll grab contract address, see if it does it that way. I want to see if it does it. No, see, it won't let me do that. Crypto. Yeah, DEX. See, it won't let you do it. So if I put you in here, let's see what happens. Now I typoed. I gotta learn how to Bing AI. Here's another one. Nope, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. See if it lets me do it with this. That was Cats of Crypto on that one. No, I won't let you do it. I'd have to drag it over, and I'm not monkeying with that. I mean, you're looking good today. Better than most. But this is cremated you. Here, let me see.
Once Popcat takes off, we're gonna fly. I mean, Popcat destroyed us. We put everything in Popcat at 30 cents. We were averaging down, all the way down, and it basically did a knockout punch to us. So it's okay. We still believe in Popcat though, and we're not jumping ship.
Oh, neither do I. I get that pool for that thing myself, guys. Yes, we're talking about our own. There's GigaChat again too. There's the chart you were talking about.
Yeah, look at that buying there. That's just insane.
They're on multiple exchanges though. It's insane.
Well, that's the thing. They're gonna all start popping off like that. That's my expectation. I've seen a couple guys, Italian brain rot, popped off a couple 100%.
Look at my 15-minute. Look at that 15-minute.
Wow, what the heck? That's amazing. It's great. It's a V-shaped recovery.
Fucking A. Look at that. Wow. That's a 15-minute. That's a 15-minute chart for Cats of Crypto, guys. Look at the volume that just banged out in that one right there. You know, I got a question from Zach from Dreamcat. He asked me, he says, what kind of bot are you running? Or what? He looks like some kind of low level volume bot. Remember how we told that guy? We remember how we told that guy and we told him that this is what you need to do with liquidity pools, right?
Yeah.
You need to be doing this. And he sat on his hands. I'm going to see something here.
Speaking of cats, I'd like to announce that we entered into a pair with Manifest, Manifest the cat. We believe that's going to manifest big things for us. So we entered a pair with them.
Got to figure out which one it is. I think it's this one right here.
That's exactly it. Now zoom out. Look at the chart. You got to go further.
Oh, I see that big line up there.
Go back further. Go to the daily. Okay. Now, can you increase the scale there? The right hand side there. Kind of. Yeah.
There you go. It's the best I can give you. Best I can give you. Because yeah, they were
Well, if you could cut out it was up to 26 million. Currently it's trading at under 100% of book of liquidity, value. So right now, yeah, there you go. That's a much better chart there. We seem to be hitting that bottom zone where we can pump here again. And we think something good's going to happen.
I want to see you, and I want to see. Oh God, are we doing this again? I think it's bedtime. I don't think they keep dropping the shared screen over here, so it won't let us do what we're doing.
Okay.
But let me see what happens if it lets me do it again. It says J Dog join, and then I go off to the side. Here's a 1 day, all the way back to the start. Look at the start on that damn thing, way back there. But if you zoom it in here, let's see, where is this? Last November, right, 2024. Bring it a little closer. Sometime this century. July, right, through now. There's May. So right about here. Yeah. And to come back up here, you can see what's going on there. I still love this 15-minute. What the hell was that?
Was that the price? What was that? One of the pairs, or was that actually organic buying in the chart?
That is. What do you say? It's amazing. He says, for real? Yeah, for real. This has to do with the pairs and some of the buying and some of the accumulation. Look at this. In the last 2 hours, Rat Bitcoin has come across the chart. See where you're at here for the 1 day. I believe that you're right about PopCat, or the day. Yeah. Here's that. We go back to April, May, right? You're up here. You're not doing too bad there. It's not looking horrible at all. It's a 15-minute looking like. Even your 15-minute, if I bring it in, look what you're doing there.
Look at that. Whoa. There's strength coming into the market. It wants to rally. The market wants to rally.
Yeah. So me and you are on the same page with pairs and doing all this stuff. Guys, I'm gonna say it again, and he's gonna tell you the same thing. I'll ask him for you. You want to make money? You really truly want to make money in crypto? Proof of stake, Go find the pairs for these tokens on Solana or ETH or whatever. Find the pairs that they have. Take your tokens that you bought and whatever to match on the other side and shove it in the liquidity pool. You're not going to have to wait for it to go up. As it goes up, you're going to gain more of both the pair, whatever it's paired with, plus the tokens you have. You're going to get more. It's a no-brainer. The market's going to pay, not us, but the market's going to pay you to have this shit in there. Am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. And there's a lot of ways to go about it. With our experience though, if you're buying a coin, a pair for the hype, you got to be prepared to hold the loss as well.
You know what? Michael Saylor again, right? But the G's.
Yeah. You gotta be able to hold the G's. So that comes with it. But there's a lot of other alternative strategies that people are not aware of. There's so much liquidity in Solana left on the table from rugs. You could step in, you can make a little pair, you can make little positions in small coins. And it's like you're investing in bonds and options. And at the same time, you have options where this thing might come to life, or Solana might increase in price, and the liquidity you're buying at a discount automatically increases. And if you make a pair with your coin, that's like you're creating a link where you're allowing the flow through from one pool to the other. It's like osmosis. If there's more liquidity here at a discount, it's going to flow from this other coin to your coin.
Yeah.
So this is only going to help the market. It's going to help you, and it's going to help your coin. And people need to start looking at it instead of saying, "Let me get rich overnight." Let me just start to build something that's going to get me rich in a little bit of time.
Yeah. Here, let me play with that the meme of Michael Saylor just for these guys real quick. Hey people, take it from this crypto miner. Pay attention to what he says. Pay attention to what Michael Saylor says here. This is some OG shit right here.
We all want to go to the moon, but if you want to ride the rocket, you got to be prepared to pull the G's. Over 5 years, Bitcoin.
That is a real live short on Pellish Miner, guys. Go on over there and grab that one and give it a comment. But he literally said it. You said it right there in your words. You look at, Bitcoin's a great example. You want to ride the rocket, you got to be able to pull the G's. And if you can't, come on. Yeah. No, Chris, I'm not using YouTube. It should be fixed. Cloudflare should be fixed. So liquid staking, you're saying liquid staking, liquidity pools are clutch. Yes. Grab some Cats of Crypto, put it in a fucking bag. Grab some Bonga. If you want, send me a message on X. I'll get you the contract addresses. Throw some money in. You can throw it in there with like PopCat, like J-Dog was saying, for both of us. And watch it print. Or you can do it wrap Bitcoin if you want. You got a wrap Bitcoin pool, don't you, J-Dog?
Yeah, we have one.
See? So we're betting on Bitcoin, guys. We're betting on Bitcoin. I think mine's over on Meteora. And we got our opinions about Meteora, but hey. So yeah, you can get some wrap Bitcoin on Solana. And then you can find that and over on Meteora, and you can put Cats Crypto with that. You get some more wrap Bitcoin, you put that over there. Say you grab I don't know, throw a number. Say you got $100 out there, you get 25 Bonga, $50 in wrap Bitcoin, and then 25 in Cats Crypto. Throw it in there, let it do its thing. Over the course of 6 months, you'll make a little bit of money. You come out on top, and then you can go to Aquads or actually Big Bags Media and use the swap and you can swap that wrapped Bitcoin into actual Bitcoin. So the hell with that. You won't need a solo miner or nothing. But yeah, I don't know. 5 minutes. Look, even this 5 minute chart's crazy on this one. I want to see the 5 minute on yours. See where we're at. There's 15. Yeah, yours is a little wider. Yours is
A
a
lot of
little
buying
wider.
in there.
Huh?
A lot of buying pressure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's probably from SPX 6900. Yep.
You know, I don't have any time to too much of that, but yeah. GigaChat, Sigma, Pay AI. There's a bunch of crazy ones and new ones. A bunch of them I've never even heard of. Zcash. They did a Zcash one. I wouldn't put my money in that. Not Zcash in general, but I wouldn't put my
Look at that chart. You see lower the volume is decreasing as the price is increasing.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. If I was in Zcash, I would be looking to exit that thing right now.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, privacy coins, which we could talk about that for a second. Let me drag this up here. Here we go with the solo miner again. Low performance. Greater than this. There's nothing greater than that right now. It only does it like 1 meg a second. I don't really give a damn. I have been doing this for a while, and it'll pop up. The address is going to be in black so nobody can see it. It's a privacy coin. Zephyr is a privacy coin. That's another one that's out there. And they're talking about Zcash being a privacy coin. It's really not, but it is what it is. I mean, I've been able to make several profits. You can do this with your CPU. I mean, a little common sense goes a long way. Show your payments. I did it from a different address too a while back. Show your block payments. I wish I did a block, but I ain't no blocks. I'm not solo mining it. But since I've had to reboot, since they had the whole thing with what the hell was that? Zephyr, it wasn't Zephyr. XTM is what it is. Anyway, Tari took over the chain and crashed Monero. They did that 51% attack, and they earned a bunch of a bunch of Monero, and then beat the crap out of it. But this here, close payment history. This here is great because I've been building it every so often. I sell a little bit of it 39 days ago. I don't care about that. I don't care about that either. And I've got another Ryzen, which you can buy mini desktop Ryzens, 5900Us. And they run like, when you get them running, they get up to about 60 or 70 watts. And they just bang it out. And you can plug a little USB fan in the back side of it so you get a little extra airflow over the top of it. I'll do a video on that here in the next few days. I was asked to, as a request. But Monero is great. I've always liked Monero. And it's the true privacy coin. The narrative of privacy coins right now is a big deal. Don't ask me why. We think some people are trying to launder some money. That's an ongoing joke. Have you ever considered monkeying with any CPU mining or mining in Monero with the CPU or your desktop or their JDog?
Sure, I've mined that in the past. All the money I've mined is currently in Bonga. There was a point when the chart was faltering back after the big first pump on the chart there, and I basically took everything I ever mined, Bitcoin, Monero, all that stuff, and I dumped it into Bonga. And that apparently saved us, I think, for a long time, and that was a big change in the direction of the chart. So I did what I had to do. I all the mining that I had, I actually put it into Bonga at the moment where I think it saved us.
That's kind of what I'm doing over here with Caspa, right?
Okay.
Right. I'm taking the Caspa. Okay. Two of these miners here they're mining as solo miners, independent miners. You could pick up something like this for about $100 off of eBay. One of these was the Ultras, was it? Yeah, I think it was the Ultras. KS0 Ultra. You get 100 watts on it. You plug it in the wall. You have to plug it to Ethernet because they don't do Wi-Fi. And you can just solo mine the crap out of it. And I don't recommend people mining to an exchange, but you could mine this to Kraken if you wanted to. You could mine it to non-KYC if you wanted to. And when you get to a certain point, you just sell it on the exchange and you flip it into Solana, and then you can go out and buy up your own chart or whatever the case may be and invest into something else. Do I think Caspa is going to recover in price? Yeah, probably so. The mining aspect of it is almost dead. They kind of killed it with the way they put the fork in there, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Come on, mouse, work, mouse. There we go. Mouse is not working. I mean, but even I've hit this is shit for effort. I've had some ones that were 0 in the past, like these down here, 13%. But I've hit solo blocks in the last 24 hours. So you can take that real easy and flip that into something else. I mean, especially if you got a Kraken account. Speaking of Kraken, did you hear about what they're doing?
No. What's going on with Kraken?
Kraken filed for an IPO.
Oh, wow.
More crypto news. I ought to give you an idea right there. Kraken's filing for an IPO. I feel that they might know something, or they feel real comfortable in this market to do it now.
Wonder why they need money. What do they need money for? What are they going to do with that money? They're going to invest it in crypto?
Maybe buy some more up. Yeah, I wouldn't guess. A lot of things, development, hire more people.
I thought they were successful already. I don't understand why they need to borrow money or sell shares for money.
Who knows? Coinbase did it. Coinbase was very successful at doing that. Speaking of which, since we're talking about
that's true. Take advantage of the situation while you can. Yeah, I get it.
No, I want this. No, I want all stocks. Yeah, see, this is I did a smart thing. Remember a while back we talked about something like this? I got out at 320 on Coinbase, right? It's at 257 now. I personally think that we'll see 320 again on Coinbase before we're done. But if you go back when they started, way back when, where's that at? Nope, not yet. Yeah. Right here. See this shit down here? $34, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's where I went in at. That's about my average, $50 and a penny, roughly there. And I ran that thing and held it from there to there. To all the way, it got way hard to get up there. It was 429. I should have held a little longer, but I got it. I got out. Squeeze this thing here a little bit more. Right in here. Yep, there it is. Right in there in June.
Nice.
That was the last of them. And I'm real happy to see that. And then it went all the way up there and ran that wick went all the way up. So if we take it, let's call it right here, where Happy Red Candle started selling off. That's 428. Right? If I waited another month, I would have been great. I would have been just super awesome. I could have squeezed a couple more bucks out of it. But I didn't get greedy. I'm not a pig. I didn't want to get slaughtered. Because look what happened. And it went down here, three, right?
Yeah, look at that. Ugly.
Under 300. And they bounced back up to 391. This is October 25th before the shutdown, the government shutdown. Now we've been playing this game back and forth. This would have been one to get in today. In all honesty, this has been great to get in today. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to go with. I mean, we're not the most exciting people here, guys, but the fact is we've covered mining, we've covered crypto in many aspects tonight. We've covered gold and silver, and gold. Silver's back up again 9 cents as I sit here. Bitcoin, before we take off, it dipped. Go figure. 92,180. I don't know. That might
92.
not hold. 92,195.
Let's see. Tomorrow morning, if it's 92 to 93, I think that's blue skies.
Okay. Ethereum, right there. That thing dipped out.
That's back above 3,000. That's amazing. That's good. That's strong.
Yeah, what do we got for our Solana or BNB? Let's take a look at that real quick.
Ethereum was like pretty far below 3,000.
Yeah. Crypto.
Solana, where could it go? Where could it go to? $80? It's gonna go to $80 by next week. Come on, it's not. It can't. It can't do that.
No, I don't think so. Radium, Sol, Pudang. I don't care about that. I don't want the DEX. There it is. Let's give me the DEX. 142.
Ooh, that looks like a W-shaped bottom there at the bottom. That is such a strong.
Watch this. There's your 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. Now you got a bull flag forming.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And now you know why I'm also I got a plan. We got to look at CoinMun, MUN, right? Take a look at that one time. We'll talk about it more later. But I got some ideas for some stuff with that. Of course, whenever you post it someplace or do something with somebody somewhere, you always get the so-called marketers coming, the ones that don't give a damn. Ozildev was here for a minute. It's not he doesn't give a damn. He just broke. But yeah, see, I'm looking at Bitcoin again, 92,228. And this one here, let's see here. What else we got? BNB, we'll go there, right? BNB market cap, crypto cap, yeah, coin market. No, I don't want it that way. Close, but no cigar. There it is. 907.
BNB is that above $900 is incredibly strong.
Yeah. And we've been below 900 in the last couple of days too. We were down here almost 8.5, 873. This has been holding real strong. So, do I think we're gonna have a good morning tomorrow? It's possible. I'll flip a coin in this and take it, one step at a time. If we're above 91.5 on Bitcoin in the morning, I think we'll be okay. And I think we'll have a better market overall for TradFi, and I think I'll be able to make some money too. What's that? Craig Davis made out well with Firo Pump. Was holding for 5 years. We don't talk about Firo here. They fucked a bunch of my miner friends, and I don't like Firo. But if you want to talk about it, by all means, you're welcome to. Just don't talk about that here. Fuck Firo. We don't like them. We can do a bunch of different stuff. Is there anything else you want to throw up here before we take off? Because it's been 2 hours, just about.
Did you pull up a MicroStrategy chart?
Yeah, I did earlier, but we'll do it again.
Okay.
We'll do it again. Class A, MicroStrategy.
Oh, that's got to fill that gap right there. Where's that? 2. Oh, the one up further too. There's another one. Look at that big one. Oof. Right there.
Yeah. I got it. I was over on what the fuck is the name of that thing?
All right, so that's an easy 10%. You want to book a nice 10% profit? That's a good buy right there.
Yeah.
Not financial advice. This is YouTube, not financial advice.
This is everything. I did this one and said MS, which is the same thing, right? Pay a
Yeah.
weekly. It's a weekly pay, right?
Okay.
So the same thing, same chart, right? They're doing calls, cover calls. You can pick it up for nothing, and they pay you every week. I'll take the weekly pay. It's the same damn chart. Look, at a discount.
I like all their products.
You like Yield Max, do you? Yeah. So there you go, guys. That's crypto in a nutshell. Craig laughed. I said, "Fuck Firo." And Ethereum, you never know. They might need GPUs again soon. I don't know. The rate they're going with AI and all that, and they start incorporating AI in there, they might need GPUs again. That'd be funny. So yeah. On that note, I'm gonna end that part right there. Outside of that, guys, look, if you're looking for quick, cheap deals, you're looking for things that tie to the market, I'm gonna say this. Okay. I'm not going to play the Iowa mining. If you're looking for hosting or anything, go to Iowa mining, search it out on the internet. If you got the big boy ASICs, the Watts miners, the Bitmain Ant miners, any of that kind of stuff, stuff that does some real things. Oh God, I love this fake thing here. I love fake chats. They posted it. RemoveThisSpace.com. I don't care about your crap. I need to fix that. Twitch sucks. If you're looking to do anything, go to Iowa Mining. Just look it up. He's got more space coming up. He just landed the pad for the second location I'm telling you that'd be worth your time. I think I did a good thing with dropping 3 miners over there right now. And I think I've got a good 6 months into it before I got to pull them, unless something stupid happens. We'll see. I'm prepared for the worst here. Okay. So, on that note, if you want to play with the big boys, you want to mine some Bitcoin, go for it. There's plenty of opportunities in TradFi in the market to being able to do some stuff. If you want weekly pays, XBTY, I think XBTC or BTCI, a bunch of different ones. Power costs for that, with the new location, 9 cents a kilowatt hour, Craig. 9 cents a kilowatt hour. So, that's pretty cheap. The closest you're going to get is like 8.77. Unless you know somebody with Marathon Digital, then that's a different story all its own. If you know them, then you know that you're getting like 2 cents power. Yeah, I'd fucking love to get that shit out of Texas like that. But we get plenty of examples of good things. I say go buy Bonga. I say go buy Cats of Crypto. Buy these micro projects out there on Solana. The ones that are running, still showing up, doing things. 11 cents isn't horrible, Craig. Grab some of that. Use the liquidity pools to your advantage. Make some money. Stay safe. And what do you think? Will we see them on the next one in about a week from now?
What are we going to see in a week from now? A higher market.
Okay. I meant to show. Are we coming back and doing this next week? I think we are.
Oh, absolutely we are. 100%.
All right. You're the host of the Wednesday show. I got a schedule for Saturday sometime tomorrow. So if Joker can squeeze it in here, but I think I like the Wednesdays and Saturdays. Unless something crazy is going on, we'll be doing the shows, and this is kind of how we're going to do this. And I'm going to fill in everything in the middle with the videos. So if you hadn't subscribed to Hellish Miner on YouTube or Cats of Crypto on YouTube, stay up to date on what's going on and what we're going to do. The next video coming out here in the next few days will be probably something over privacy coins and what various different types, different projects in that space. So I'm going to hit the end stream button. I don't think I have any crazy videos I want to play, but I do like I want to get rid of that. I do like that part about what he said about the G's, but I won't be playing that. I think the cat's going to do some talking. So till then, guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Tell me why you won't give me some good steak. Tell me why you won't give me a cheesecake. Tell me why you never give me what I want. And I want a crust.